What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Figures of Sport podcast. Guys, it's that time. We are super excited. Thank you guys for joining us on this beautiful Wednesday morning. You guys know that we've got a lot to talk about this week. We've got NBA, we've got NFL. George is going to be joining us again this week, and we are so very thankful that he will be back with us this week. And like I said, we've got so much to talk about. And let me tell you guys, I'm super excited. This is episode 85 of the podcast, guys. We are so close to 100 subscribers. We are at 80 right now. So we need 20 more subscribers to hit that 100 subscriber mark. We've been pushing out content. If you guys don't already follow us on TikTok or Instagram, make sure that you guys go ahead and do that right away, because we are dropping so much content right there every single week from Wednesday through Sunday. Monday, we're dropping content for you guys, clipping up stuff, the best moments of this week's episode. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Figures of Sport podcast, episode 85. We thank you so much for spending some time with us today. And without further ado, we are going to jump straight in. And the first thing that we are going to talk about this week is going to be the NBA. The NBA Cup Quarterfinals have officially gone live this Tuesday, today, as we are currently recording this episode. The first game of the NBA Cup Quarterfinals has finished. It was a battle between the Orlando Magic and the Miami Heat. The Magic won that game 117-108. In a very close battle. The Heat started off hot. They started the game on a 13-0 run and just couldn't hold on to that. The Magic, even without Franz Wagner, have they completed the comeback and they were able to take the dub against the Miami Heat. The next game that is going to be starting shortly is a battle between the New York Knicks and the Toronto Raptors. A team in the Toronto Raptors where a lot of people didn't really expect them to be as successful as they are it's this early in the season. But Brandon Ingram has kind of come into his own, and Scotty Barnes and RJ Barrett and some of the other pieces on that team have gelled extremely well. So it has been really good to see. It's always nice to see some parity in the NBA because, I feel like in years past, it has always been such a one-sided affair. And I know that at least in the Western Conference this year, it seems like it's going to be going that way. But at least in the East, we've got some competition, a lot of good teams, and that's going to be very fun to see throughout the rest of the season. But as for this game, I'm going to go with the New York Knicks to take this game. I believe they are without OG Anunoby, but I'm going to confirm that. No. He is going to be playing, actually, but the Raptors will be without Emmanuel Quickley and RJ Barrett. So it is going to be an uphill battle for the Raptors to try to pull this win off tonight. But again, I do think the Knicks are going to take this one anyway, whether they were fully healthy or not. Now, tomorrow, Wednesday, when this episode airs, we have two more games, the Western Conference games, actually. The first matchup is going to be between the Phoenix Suns and the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then the second matchup is going to be between the San Antonio Spurs and the Los Angeles Lakers. So two really good games that we've got. The Suns, surprisingly, have been a lot more competitive than people originally thought, after losing Kevin Durant. And having a team full of, basically it's Devin Booker and a bunch of other people. Some of those other players have come into their own. Dylan Brooks has taken a step forward offensively, and they have some other pieces, some guys that a lot of people around the league probably aren't too familiar with, but you have, Grayson Allen, who's averaging 17 points a game. Jalen Green, he has, he's been out, but he had performed well in the first couple of games that he played with them. And then, of course, you've got some other guys, some role players, actually, that have stepped up big time. Colin Gillespie, I apologize. He's averaging 14 points for them. He's been a huge addition for the Suns, and a huge catalyst for their early season success. So I don't think it's going to be the most competitive game because, they're facing off against the Oklahoma City Thunder. But it is nice to see that the Suns at least are remaining somewhat competitive after losing some big pieces over the last couple of seasons. Then in the second game, like I said, we have the Spurs and the Lakers. That game, I have the Lakers taking that, mostly just because, the Spurs are going to be without Wemby. And, while they have been playing really good, they have a 16-7 record to the Lakers 17-6 record. Just that team, the Lakers with that trio of LeBron James, Austin Reeves, and Luka Doncic is going to be very hard to beat and very hard to stop, especially the way Luka and Austin Reeves have been playing as of late. So it's going to be hard to stop them. But like I said, I do think that the Lakers are going to pull that win out. And some other news that I just want to highlight. I did mention earlier that Franz Wagner is out. He's actually going to be out for at least 2 to 4 weeks because he suffered a high left ankle sprain. He avoided a major injury. If you guys saw that play where he got hurt, it did not look good at all. I was worried that he was going to be out a little bit long term, but thankfully he was not seriously injured, and we will be seeing him, going forward. So, in the near future. So that's a good thing. Giannis, there's been some news about Giannis, guys. Giannis actually, it has come out that Giannis actually did request a trade, or at least was looking into the possibility of a trade, primarily with the New York Knicks. He is a player that was actually he had allowed the Knicks to have exclusive trade discussions with the Bucks, and right now though it's not looking too good because of the fact that that window for that exclusive discussion is now over. So they're kind of just going to reconvene and see if he believes that it's going to be best for him to stay in Milwaukee or move on elsewhere. I do think that the Knicks are a really good fit for him. I think that would put them over the top. The only question is what other pieces would be involved in a potential Giannis trade. I think if you're the Knicks and you are to lose a Karl Anthony Towns in that deal, it just doesn't make sense. I think you're going to have to definitely move one of Mikal Bridges or OG Anunoby in that deal, especially to make the money work. A guy like OG makes max contract money. So I would assume that he is more likely going to be the candidate that is involved in that trade. Obviously, some picks and some other players probably. But I want to know, who do you guys think would be a good fit for Giannis if he is to be traded? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Let me know. And I'm, like I said, very excited to see what you guys think. Another team I think that would possibly be a good fit is the Golden State Warriors. They have desperately needed a big man, and if they are able to get one as high caliber as Giannis and pair him with Steph Curry before he goes out as they try to win one more ring, I think that would be an excellent pairing as well. But again, I really want to hear what you guys think and some potential teams that maybe I haven't thought of, but you guys think would be a really good fit for Giannis. Let me know in the comments below. But speaking of Giannis, he did also get hurt. Actually, the same day that news came out, he has a right calf strain. He's also expected to miss 2 to 4 weeks. Calf strains, those are some scary injuries that can possibly lead to an Achilles injury. So want him to be fully healthy, especially any team that may potentially be trying to acquire him. Definitely want to let him rest and get back to 100%. Franz, like I said, got hurt. Some other news in the NBA, though, James Harden has officially reached the top 10 scorers list of all time. He has passed Carmelo Anthony, and he is chasing Shaquille O'Neal for number 9. I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be something that he can get to this season. But as we pull that up really quickly, I just want to confirm. But I do think that he's obviously, James Harden is a legendary scorer, right? Like that run in Houston was incredible. He's had so many great moments. And for him to be on the all-time top 10 list is an incredible feat. So shout out to James Harden for doing that, man. Like I said, he is chasing Shaquille O'Neal right now, and as I look, he is actually 200 and about 93 points away from Shaquille O'Neal. So that is going to be something that he can definitely eclipse this season. And, who knows? I mean, he might even be able to get his way into the top 5 by the end of his career, depending on how long he plays. Top 5 is obviously LeBron, Kareem, Karl Malone, Kobe, and then Michael Jordan at 32,292 points. So James Harden would need about 4,000 more points in the next couple of seasons. So if he can stay healthy and keep scoring at a high rate, you might be looking at a top 5 scorer of all time right there. So shout out to James Harden for that one, man. Other news, real quick before we move on to the NBA, is that Pacers coach Rick Carlisle is just one win away from reaching 1,000 career victories. That hopefully can come soon. That will put him in at number 11 on the all-time coaches list or coaches wins list. So hopefully he can get that taken care of sooner rather than later. Incredible milestone for him as well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you guys know what time it is. It is your favorite time of the episode. We have football talk. So, of course, like I mentioned, we've got a lot to talk about. We had some crazy, crazy things go on in the NFL this week. And you guys know it's not a regular week on the episode unless we got our boy G Money. So we're gonna welcome in G Money back to the podcast. George, welcome back to the Figure Sport Podcast, my boy.
What's going on?
How you feeling? How you feeling?
Not so good this week. Not so good this
Yeah.
week, but we gotta keep pushing. Gotta keep pushing.
Hey, yeah, it's all right. But you know what? I think there are some things that I can say that we can look forward to. So
100%.
So the first thing I do want to talk about, George, is obviously we've got the NFL to talk about, and we've got some of the top storylines heading into Week 15. So one of the first things that I did want to highlight is that Daniel Jones unfortunately got hurt this past week. And what really sucks is the fact that obviously he was playing with a fractured fibula in one leg, and then this week he actually unfortunately he got hurt, and he tore his Achilles in the opposite leg. So
Yeah.
that really sucked, man. Yeah, it's so unfortunate, and he's been playing great. It sucks because he's also a free agent at the end of the year, and it's just a tough blow for this Colts team. What are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, it's unfortunate what happened to them in this point in time in the season, especially when they started off so hot, kind of cooled down a little bit, and they lost that one spot in their division. They were trying to fight it and get it back, especially during the divisional opponent, and it's just unfortunate. We know he was playing hurt already. Um, it's you gotta feel for them now. Like, now they have no one. Anthony Richardson is still hurt. I think their backup QB Riley Leonard also got hurt in that game. I think.
Yeah, he is
Um,
dealing with, I believe, some structural damage in his knee now.
yeah, and now the Colts are like panicking and they're signing Philip Rivers to their practice squad.
Hey,
Um,
he was a high school football coach, and now he actually is going to he's actually going to be done with that. So he has a lot of free time. So he said, "Hey, you need a quarterback? I'm your guy." So
yeah,
it's just
but
funny
it's
because
he
the
he
last time he
hasn't
played
played
was with them too.
he hasn't played in 5 years. He's not mobile. Like I'm pretty sure there was a better option for a guy that's had reps and could like pick up the playbook that were like on practice squads from around the league. Like you're telling me like a Bailey Zappi or I don't know someone like a Tommy DeVito isn't available somewhere. You went and got a guy that's been out of the league for 5 years and is 40 something years old and can't move anymore. I don't. It's tough. We'll see how it works out. Because they're definitely struggling right now. They're one game behind Jacksonville, and then it's Houston creeping up right behind them right now. And no, it's tough for Colts fans right now.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's tough, man. I mean,
Yeah.
they had so much promise early on, and this injury just came at the absolute worst time. But I would agree with you. I would say that I do think that there was possibly some better options out there. To bring a guy that hasn't played in such a long time is a little bit questionable. And again, I just think that maybe they could have got someone else, someone
Yeah,
that can maybe help them, in other ways. Obviously, maybe having a similar play style to Daniel Jones would have been something that maybe could have helped them out a lot too. Because, as you said, Phillip Rivers is not mobile, and he's old at this point, right? So, for you to go get a guy who is a completely different play style, has a completely different play style than Daniel Jones, I feel like is going to shift your offense entirely.
yeah,
If he ends up starting, right? That's obviously the big thing, but I don't think they would have signed him to the practice squad if they don't intend to start him at some point. So, but other guys, I'm sure that were available. Maybe remember Joshua Dobbs. I mean, where is he at? Right, like
yeah.
he's a good guy that can go on like a superhero run for a couple games, right? So,
Someone, Trevor Simeon, like someone's got to be available.
yeah, so just a little bit questionable decision to bring him back, but hey, um, I would like to see them at least remain competitive throughout the end of the year because that AFC South division is incredibly interesting. The Jaguars have full possession of first place, but the Texans are right there, man. The
Right.
Texans are right there, and they are looking like one of the scariest teams in the NFL right now because of that
Yeah,
defense.
because of that
So
defense.
yeah, so. But other than that, man, the Lamar Jackson and the Ravens they're doing one of the most incredible disappearing acts I've seen in a long time. They came out of the obviously they headed into the bye. They were a really really rough team, right? I think they were 1-5, 1-4 going into the bye, um, and then came back, beat the Bears, and then kind of went on this like little mini run, playing
Yep.
really well. And now the last few weeks, Lamar hasn't looked good. The running game, I mean, it has been. I mean, Derrick Henry is just not getting used at all.
Yeah.
It feels like so.
I
A
don't
lot
know,
of
man. Like
questions there.
they're. I don't. I think Lamar's still injured. I think that's the case, but he's not. He's not been playing well. Um, but I want to go to that game against Pittsburgh. I mean, I'm not an official or anything, but I mean, to the naked eye, that looks like a touchdown from Isaiah Likely, and they win that
Yeah,
game there. I don't know what they saw to overturn it or why it was overturned, but I mean, it looked like he had possession, got 2 feet down in the end zone. He didn't go to the ground, so he didn't have to maintain possession. You know,
yeah,
I didn't, I don't know what happened there. I think they got screwed out of a win right there. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be. They still got what? I think they have Pittsburgh one more time. They have Cincinnati one more time. So they got a hard stretch. They're one game behind now the Steelers. The Bengals losing to the Bills this week helps them out, but
big time. Yeah,
it's gonna be tough because Lamar needs to pick it up. I don't know what I think if it's because he's injured or what, but they just got to get it going. They got to
yeah,
get it
man.
going.
Yeah, as you said, and we'll talk about this week's matchup a little bit more in a little bit, but they play the Bengals this week, and then they have the Patriots, the Packers, and the Steelers. So honestly, a really, really tough stretch for them.
Yeah,
And, when you look at a team like the Steelers and you compare their schedule, they have the Dolphins, the Lions, the Browns, and then the Ravens, obviously. So,
it's a little
I
easier, but
a little easier because obviously you playing the Browns and then you've got this week you're playing the Dolphins. Not that the Dolphins are any slouch, but
no, they stretched away a couple
yeah,
of wins. That would have like a
yeah,
2 game winning streak right now.
yeah. But at least when you look at in comparison to the Ravens schedule, it
Yeah.
definitely that Lions matchup is going to be tough, obviously for the Steelers. But other than that, I mean, I would say the Steelers have an easier
Is
schedule.
that Steeler game on the road or is it at home for Detroit?
That is in Detroit, so that's yeah, going to be a really really tough
Yeah,
one.
because you might have
Um,
caught a break if you can get golf playing in some cold weather outside.
Yeah.
But
In fact, the Steelers play only two of their last four games at home. So they play the Dolphins at home and the Ravens at home. So they might be able to, potentially sneak a win against the Dolphins, being that we kind of know the
yeah,
history that the Dolphins can't really play in the cold, right? So,
yeah.
yeah, just a tough one though, man. I mean, I don't know. This Ravens team, it's a lot of questions. I mean, do you even think they make it to the playoffs at this point?
It's gonna be tough as of right now.
I
I'm
think
gonna
they
say
have to. I think they.
I,
I think they have to win the division if that's their only chance.
they would have to. I mean, yeah, they have to win the division, and it's tough. Like I I'm on Ravens TikTok. I get their TikTok. They're coming for the right guard's head for Falele. He just looks up like he just looks terrible. Someone actually, one of the guys I watch on TikTok, they were naming 68 better guards than Falele, and they were naming guys that been retired and stuff like that, and they were saying Drewski in his skits and stuff like that. So it was hilarious. Like, yeah, he's terrible, and there's signs going around that Harbaugh is going to be getting out of there like soon after the season.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, is he on the hot seat if they
Yeah, I
fail
think
to
so.
make the playoffs?
Yeah, but you can also make the argument that Lamar missed what was it, 4 games.
Yeah, he did.
But it feels like it's time to get a new like
A new
voice in there,
voice.
just like they
Yeah,
were saying with the Steelers and Tomlin, right? Like the last, when was the last time the Ravens won the Super Bowl?
yeah,
14, 12, whatever it was.
yeah. Against the
And
Niners. Yeah,
yeah, and I think it's just time to get new personnel in there. Switch it up. Like, I don't know, but yeah, it's definitely hard for the Ravens to make the playoffs if they don't win out and win this division because, and
yeah,
Lamar's got to play better.
yeah. I
Lamar's
mean,
got to play better.
yeah, and you know what? As we talk about this real quick, I know that we've got some other things to talk about, but I know you mentioned Isaiah Likely. Speaking of the Ravens and tight ends, Mark Andrews signed a 3-year, $39 million deal. Right?
Yeah, that was crazy. I
I
honestly thought they were gonna move on from him and let Likely take over as the tight end one there and be like their franchise tight end.
What are your
Uh,
thoughts on the move?
yeah,
I mean, I don't like it. I don't
I don't
like
like
it.
it at all, but I mean, shout out Mark Andrews, he got a bag.
Yeah,
So
he got a bag. I mean,
he got
but
a bag.
I think at this point, Andrews, I mean, he's older, Likely is more athletic, and it seems like Likely is more commonly involved, especially in the red zone. He's more of a
Yeah.
threat in the red zone. Younger, athletic, like he kind of has the perfect mold for that team, but it just seems like they are more willing to let him walk than they are Mark Andrews. So
Yeah.
little questionable decision there, especially in my perspective. But hey, shout out Mark Andrews for getting the bag, right?
For getting
So
the bag, yeah.
now, obviously, a big storyline. Chiefs. This was a must-win game for the Chiefs this past week against the Texans, and they looked terrible. They
Yeah.
fought a 6-7. What were your thoughts on that game?
It was just I've never seen a Mahomes game like that before. I know the receiver. I mean, you know what? Let me rephrase. I've never seen a Chiefs team play like that before.
Yeah,
Altogether, there were so many drops, but we're accustomed to seeing drops, especially like the last 2 years. The last
yeah,
time Kadarius Toney was that year, they had a bunch of drops. Mahomes, I think this is another game where he had a sub 50% completion percentage and 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. I mean, I had some coaching calls from Andy Reid there about going for it on that fourth down there.
yeah,
Bucker missing the field goal. It's just all over the place. Kelsey was making drops. Rice got lit up. He was making drops.
yeah,
I mean, yeah. I mean, the O line was shot and depleted, but you're Patrick Mahomes. You're a Super Bowl MVP, multiple Super Bowl wins. Like, you're the guy. You're the guy that is the best quarterback in the league, and you give a performance like that. I know you're playing probably the best defense in the league, but I mean, you got to be better than that. You just came off Thanksgiving throwing over almost 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks, and I get it. It wasn't the same defense, but I mean, this was just terrible performance from everyone in altogether.
yeah. I mean, very shocking to see this Chiefs team perform the way
Yeah,
they have over the last few weeks, honestly. And it I've got a question for you in a little bit, so we'll get to that soon. But overall, just a very disappointing performance from that team, and this is the first time I believe it is since 2015 that they will not be winning their division, the AFC West. So
yep.
very, very, very different
Go
scene
Broncos.
in the AFC this year. So that's for sure. Yeah. Next up, the Bills and Patriots face off for a huge, huge rematch. This one's going to be in New England, though.
Is it
If I'm
Sunday
not,
night?
I will tell you right now. Let's see. It is. Last one was Sunday Night Football, I believe, too. Right?
No, I'm not
I think it
sure.
was. But let's see. This week they are playing on. No, it's actually just going to be a 12 o'clock game in New
Yeah,
England. Yeah,
that's criminal.
yeah. Um,
That's criminal.
yeah, for Sunday
Okay.
night. For Sunday night, we are going to get a great game of the Vikings and Cowboys.
Yeah, that needs to get
Jay-
flexed.
yeah,
Need to flex that.
yeah,
You could have put
unfortunate.
Panthers Saints at 12 o'clock. Sorry for Chris, for at 12 o'clock and flex that to 3. But I don't know. I don't make the
Yeah,
I don't run that. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
continue.
Hey, what are you gonna do? So, but then that's gonna be a huge game. Obviously, the Bills definitely want to get their lick back, so that's gonna be a fun one to watch. Now, the next one that I just want to highlight is that the Broncos are on an 11-game win streak. Man, that
Yep.
is incredible, incredible.
Broncos are hot lately, man. Broncos are hot. What do you want me to
Yeah,
say? Like, they got a really good defense. Bo Nix is playing some good football. They got an experienced head coach, Sean Payne. They got really good O line. And to be honest, I mean, it's kind of in a similar situation with New England, right? Like Bo Nix is doing it with not big time name receivers. Yeah, you have Cortland Sutton over there, but Troy Franklin, Pat Bryant aren't
yeah.
your elite of
Not your
elites,
household names.
or even like your top 15 guys, top 20
Yeah,
guys, you know. But they're getting it done. RG Harvey's really coming along well since he became the starter when Dobbs' injury. Defense is playing well. Yeah, they're rolling, man. I think they are them and the Patriots are the two teams that have the AFC in a chokehold right now.
yeah. It's gonna be very hard to kind of catch up to
Yeah,
those guys. That's for sure.
which is kind of funny because usually the AFC teams have been the better of the teams throughout the whole NFL the last couple of years, and you can easily say that the AFC has the better quarterbacks in the league compared to the NFC. But
Yeah,
this year, it's like besides the Patriots, who what are 11-2 right now, and
yeah,
the Broncos that are 11-2, which other AFC team is like, should you be afraid of?
yeah,
Technically, you know, like
yeah,
as of right now, like I'm not that afraid of the Chiefs anymore. Like this season, I'm not that afraid of the Ravens, the Steelers, the Colts. I mean, Houston, Houston, you should be afraid of. I think Houston has worked their way up. Like you know, they had a bad start, and you know, CJ Stroud came back. They've been on some winning streaks now. Their defense is playing lights out. They have the best defense in football. So
yep,
maybe they could be like that team that can scare like New England or maybe Denver
yeah,
because it's just defensive battles over there for in the AFC. But and the teams this year are basically the NFC that have the juggernaut teams like your Rams or your Seattle or your Green Bay. You know,
yeah,
and I wouldn't even like still take away Detroit. You know, they have a high powered offense still. You know,
yeah,
but yeah, it's crazy to seem like how the AFC definitely has the better quarterbacks with Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Lamar,
yeah,
Herbert, Drake May, but it's the teams in the NFC that are the more dominant.
yeah, yeah. I think so too, man. But I just got to say that the next 4 weeks of the NFL before we hit the playoffs is going to be really fun. So
Yeah,
super excited for that. And the last thing, the Saints upset the Bucks this week, and they are spiraling. So that's not that's just something that I had to highlight because that was, I mean, completely unexpected.
they cost me
Um,
so much coin this weekend, dude.
yeah, I
So
believe it.
much money.
Yeah, I believe it. That's an not
They
only
got
is it a bad
shucked.
loss,
They got
yeah,
shucked.
they got shocked.
Get
Yeah, that's for sure.
shucked. Basically, is that
Yeah,
that's their new phrase out there in New Orleans. Get shucked.
yeah, they sure did. That's for sure. Now, George, the next topic that I wanted to talk about is
Go ahead.
obviously, we've been doing it the last couple of weeks, doing the head-to-head matchups and all that stuff in our predictions. So last week, obviously, we saw that, I had a pretty significant lead on you. I think it was like 90 and 42 and 1, and you were like 78 and I think it was 54. So I had a little bit of a lead on you, but you actually performed better than me this past week with our
Did I?
predictions. Yeah, you
What did I
did.
go this week? Because I thought a lot of
This
my teams lost.
Yeah, so you
Obviously, the
actually,
Bears lost and the
yeah,
Bucks lost.
the Bears lost. So week 14,
I
I
think
went seven
I
and seven. You
okay.
went 8-6. So you you
So it's
you
not. I
snuck
just had
out the
one more
extra.
win than you.
Yeah, so I picked the Commanders, and they lost. I picked the Colts, and they lost.
I picked the
And then
Colts too.
the one that I got right that you didn't was the Bills Bengals. I picked the Bills to win. You picked the Bengals to win. So that's
Mm.
kind of where I got my lick back there. But so yeah, so overall now our
Wait,
record in head.
which one did I pick Minnesota then?
Yeah, you
And
picked Minnesota.
what was the other one that I picked that did I take The Jags?
Yeah, you took the Jags. Yeah.
Get shucked, buddy.
Yeah, that was a good one. Good pick, man.
Yeah.
Hey, the streak continues. The Jags continue to beat the
Yeah,
Colts in
it's
Jacksonville.
a crazy stat. It's
Yeah,
a
it's
crazy
like
stat.
11. It's 11 years straight. That's
Yeah, it's
insane.
crazy.
So
Also, I want to before we go to these predictions, I just want to say, what did I tell you last week and the weeks before when we were having a discussion about a possible QB return? I said there should be no reason.
Oh yeah, I agree with you.
Jaden Daniels
I
should
agreed with you.
return.
I agree with
you. You were saying they might play into him because the player wants to come back.
Exactly,
look,
but that's exactly what happened.
And he re-injured himself again.
Yeah,
and now they're shucked.
Yeah, but
possibly for the future, you don't know.
But I agreed with you. I said, listen,
for
I
what
don't
reason
think he should come back.
I don't know why they should have played him. I don't know why they did. For what?
It was an absolutely
reason?
Idiotic decision that they did it. I thought it was.
Whoever okayed whoever.
That's organizational malpractice.
They need to be fired.
That's organizational malpractice to bring back Jaden.
Your franchise QB just had a horrible injury with his elbow a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Right? What was it? 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago?
3-4 weeks ago? Yeah.
And you're at the end of the season where you're not playing for anything. You're playing spoiler, basically, to a lot of teams.
Yeah.
And Marcus Mariota can definitely play spoiler. He almost beat the Broncos a couple weeks ago. Last week or whatever it was. Why would you bring him back? You know his history with injuries. Let him rest the rest of the season and get a full offseason of recovery and come back next year stronger. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people didn't think like your whole franchise was doomed. You just went to the NFC Championship game last year. We knew there was injuries, and that's what caused your team to not have some success this year, which is fine. But now you gave this kid playing time again when he shouldn't have, and he got hurt again. And what was it? The same elbow?
Yep, the same exact elbow. Yep, he landed on it. Yeah, I mean, again, I told you the only reason I think he's going to come back is because of the fact that he's young and he's going to
the blame on Jaden Daniels too.
Again,
you're injured.
You should not have came back.
Not even that. You threw the pick and you tried to make the tackle, and you got blasted.
Yeah. Yeah, and that is exactly when he got hurt. So, but again, I told you, Jaden Daniels. Yep.
I don't know.
But again, I told you the only reason that he would come back is because he's young and he would want to play. No matter what the season looked like, he would want to play. And of course, the coaches know that, he's a young quarterback. We got to get him his reps, whatever the case is. Organizational malpractice. So because I agreed with you 100%, it should not have happened at all.
Should not have happened. He should not have been on the field the rest of the season.
And I hate to say it, but I don't want to say it too early, but it seems like an RG3 situation. You put him in a bad position again. And this is now.
I don't want to say it because I don't want to wish that on the kid because I want a bunch of. I want every team to have a good QB. It makes every game fun.
Yeah,
so I hope it doesn't happen. But I mean, what is this, like his sixth injury in 2 years?
Yeah. Like, this is not it just the reason I say the RG3 is because they handled the RG3 situation poorly. The injury, he was already dealing with the knee injury, I think an ACL sprain or MCL something sprain, which is why he was wearing the brace in the first place. Gets hurt in that game again. Now you kind of you're causing future detrimental value to your team. Now you do the same exact thing with Jaden Daniels. I hate to say it, but it's not something that should be allowed at this point. And Dan Quinn 100% should be on the hot seat after this year and allowing that to happen. It's just organizational malpractice in my opinion.
I didn't like that at all.
Terrible. Terrible.
Let's go over the
predictions. Let's go over the Week 15 predictions, George. You know how we do it. We fly through these, and then we'll talk about it at the end if we really want to. So without further ado, here are the Figures of Sport podcast Week 15 predictions, starting with Thursday Night Football. We've got the Falcons and the Bucks. Give me the Bucks.
I'll take Atlanta.
All right. Then we've got the Bears and the Browns. Give me the Bears.
The Bears.
The Ravens and the Bengals.
Give me Cincy.
Give me Cincy.
Joe Burrow.
All right. Arizona and Houston. Give me Houston.
Give me Houston.
Jacksonville and New York. The Jets. Give me Jacksonville.
Give me Jacksonville.
The Chargers and the Chiefs.
Give me the Chargers.
Give me the Chargers. Yeah.
Brother, you gotta start. I mean, we gotta start.
We're on the same page. Hey,
you're trying to protect the lead, buddy.
Bills and Patriots.
You're picking every game first. Go ahead. Rest this way. You pick your picks first.
All right, Bills and Patriots. Give me the Bills.
I'll take Patriots.
Giants and Commanders. Give me the Giants.
Give me the Washington Commanders.
All right. Eagles, Raiders. Give me the Eagles.
Give me the Eagles.
Broncos, Packers. Give me the Broncos.
Give me the Packers.
Okay. Rams, Lions. Give me the Rams. You know you want to take the Rams. You could take the Rams.
I really don't.
Okay.
I think Jahmyr Gibbs has a feast, but
Okay.
I think Stafford needs to have a win against his old team. I think he's 0-2 right now.
Okay.
I don't know. I could be wrong. I'll take the Rams.
All right. Panthers and Saints. Give me the Panthers.
Take the Saints.
Seahawks and Colts. Give me the Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Niners and the Titans. Give me the Niners.
Niners.
Sunday Night Football, the Vikings and the Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Monday Night Football, the Steelers and the Dolphins. Give me the Dolphins.
Shuck you, bro. Give me the Steelers.
All right. All right. That is our Week 15.
Tua can't play in the cold, buddy. The Jets game was a fluke. They don't got TJ Watt coming after him.
All right. Now, George, next up, we've got the Power 5. Here we're going to talk about, you know how we do it, our top 5 teams after the week. Obviously, we've got some changes here, so let's jump right in. So after Week 14 Power 5 rankings, number 1, we've got the Rams. Number 2, we've got the Patriots. Number 3, we've got the Packers. Number 4, we've got the Broncos. Number 5, we've got the Seahawks. I know last week we had the Patriots at 1, so people are probably going to be like, how did the Patriots drop down after the Rams, or if they're on a bye? I mean, did you see the way the Rams played?
Yeah, I know they played Arizona, but I mean, Stafford is – I mean, it just showed that even after a bad loss, like he's still doing MVP stuff. 3 touchdowns again.
Yeah.
Was it 300 yards? Puka was killing it. Like, I still trust this team fully from an offensive and defensive standpoint. The Patriots, I do trust Drake May. I think he's a stud. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But I don't think and what they're doing has been working. But when it comes down to it, if you have to go into a shootout battle with someone like the Rams or Seattle or Green Bay, I don't think they can win a shootout battle. You know, I don't think they can do it. I don't think they have the
firepower.
Not the firepower, but like I don't think they have the personnel to do it. Yeah. You know, like you have like for the Rams, you have Puka and Adams, Kyron Williams, and Blake Corum's been playing well, and Stafford's the clear MVP for me. You know, Packers, Jordan Love is playing insane right now. Christian Watson, since he came back from injury, is playing nuts. Josh Jacobs has been picking it up again. Seattle, I mean, yeah, Darnold is iffy in big games. Like, can you trust him? But I mean, JSN is still cooking right now. They still got a nice running back duo with Walker and Charbonnet. You know, they got a great defense too. Patriots, I think they're good. I think that Drake May studies your future. Almost could win MVP depending like on another. If a Stafford has a horrendous performance and May keeps playing the way it is, he could be a lock for MVP. But I think the Rams are 1, Patriots 2, Packers 3. You want to hear something crazy about the crazy stat about someone on the Packers?
Let's hear it.
You know, Micah Parsons has yet to draw a single holding call this season.
That is kind of crazy. I did see that.
It's crazy. You know that, right? He has not one single, and this is for you Packers fans. When we beat y'all in Soldier Field, I'm lighting this effort up on the damn pod. All right, you're lucky I couldn't do it this week. It was a good game, man. You guys, you guys did your thing. I mean, that's crazy. And I'm not gonna lie, you watch that Bears game, Micah got held a lot.
He did.
I don't want to complain because Bears usually get a lot of calls going their way, like that don't go their way and calls like against them. They ain't call any holding calls. I mean, what are you gonna do? You're not gonna. If you're a Bears player, you're not gonna. Bears fan or player, you're not gonna complain about it. But that's crazy. Can you imagine?
Especially in Green Bay.
Imagine how many more sacks he would have if he didn't get held almost every play.
Yeah, that's
crazy. Right now, 12.5.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Hey, I'm not complaining though. At least they didn't get one on us, right?
What did I say? I said last week. I said their defense, right? I know they don't have the big stud name like cornerbacks, like the household names like your Surtain, Stingley's, you know, whatever.
They got guys that make plays.
I told you about that boy Keyshawn Nixon. I know he got cooked a little bit this game, but he made the play when it mattered the most. Got the pick in the end zone.
Yeah.
I just Broncos. I mean, that defense. What else can you say? Nick Bonito, Pastor Tan, Riley Moss. I mean, they're just killing it right now. Yeah. Seattle, another dominant performance against what was it, Atlanta or something like that.
Yeah. They started really slow. They started really slow.
The only concern I have about Seattle is will Darnold do it in the big game? And you know, he didn't do it. And you know what's really going to determine that for
Hmm.
me?
Tell
You
me.
can do it in the second matchup against the Rams.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that's going to be a huge, huge tell because remember, last year, who did he have an absolute stinker against? The
Detroit.
Rams.
Detroit.
The Rams.
Before
Well,
Detroit,
in the
Detroit
playoffs. Yeah,
but it was Detroit to take the number 1 seed first,
yeah,
and
and
he
then the
stinked.
Rams.
And then the Rams, yeah, you could say there was a lot of calls that didn't go Minnesota's way or whatever, but like his performance
Yeah.
still wasn't that good.
Yeah, so a couple of stinkers in a row last year when they mattered most, and then obviously the biggest game for them this year was definitely the one against the Rams to take the lead in that NFC West, and had a 4 interception game. So a couple weeks from now, we are going to see if he can kind of bounce back from that. But yeah, I mean, I believe from last week, the Seahawks they moved down, and the Broncos moved down. I think last week we had the Broncos at 3. But I just think the reason that is maybe just because of the fact that, who they played, the Raiders, that kind of plays a part into our thought process. They didn't have a super dominant win, against a team like the Raiders. And then the Seahawks, I think they only dropped because those other teams are just, that much better, in my opinion. And the Seahawks are a great team, but I'll still say that that Packers defense is legit, and Jordan Love has been playing out of his mind right now. Toyotathon Jordan Love is a different beast.
Real.
It's real, for real.
It's real.
So,
Real.
but yes, that
don't,
is our.
Don't think it's sweet over here, Packers fans. Like, yeah, I'm
Oh,
giving
no.
you props because you deserve it. But we're hate watching this week. We're Broncos fan. I know I took the Packers to win, but I only took that because of the record. I need to catch up to Brandon.
Yeah.
It's still Packers fans, and it's go Broncos this weekend because we need the Broncos.
Oh, yeah.
We need Broncos to step it up.
Yeah.
Broncos are at
100%.
home.
100%. So that would be a huge, huge
props
win.
are indeed due
Yeah.
because I mean you can't deny it anymore. Like Love's balling out.
Yeah.
Your defense is good. I mean, Rashawn Gary and Micah Parsons are just a force. They lost their star D tackle that's been helping them in the run game, which sucked. But they did get back Quay Walker. Van Ness should be back soon for them. Xavier McKinney's still a beast. Valentine, another stud corner. Now again, not a big household name, so a lot of people may not know who that is, but he's pretty good. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks though.
That's for sure. Saturday night, prime time. I'm excited. Let's get it.
13 days, 12 days.
Yes, sir. Now, George, real quick, as we move on from here, I wanted to just add this real quick, just because it was such a big game. And obviously we're Bears fans, so I feel like we should spend a few minutes just talking about it real quick. So, Bears talk. What were your overall thoughts on this game? Because let me start real quick. I think if there was another couple of minutes in that game, the Bears could pull out the win. I think what really, really hurt them was the slow start in the first half. And I think that's something that we've seen throughout this season is that the Bears can start super slow, in the first quarter or the first half of games. But shout out Ben Johnson because he made great adjustments in the second half, committing to the run. That really opened up the passing game. Caleb Williams made some great throws in that second half, like that one to Cole Kmet down the sideline was incredible. The touchdown to Zacchaeus was incredible, putting that ball there. I that was a game that I absolutely could have won. But as a Bears fan, I'm not super upset like at the performance. I'm not super upset. I mean, I'm disappointed that they didn't come out with the win, but they actually competed against a team that has one of the best defenses in the league and has a quarterback that's absolutely balling out.
Yeah.
It just some of those killer plays like that run where Josh Jacobs kind of gets grabbed behind the line of scrimmage, like 2-3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and then he ends up getting the first down. Like that's a huge play that we gotta get better at.
Yeah. I have a lot of negatives from this game. One, first half got to be better. Like you can't be starting off that slow and putting yourself in a hole down 11 in the first half.
What do you start 1 for 8 throwing the ball though?
I don't know what it was, but you got to start better. 2, I think Ben Johnson needs to do a better job at clock management. It was like a minute or something, a minute and a half maybe, and he ran the ball 3 straight times.
to end the game, right?
And they're getting slow going back to the ball to get another play. Like, come on, like
You're talking about the
we
last
need
few minutes, right?
the last drive. We need a
Yeah,
touchdown. Like,
yeah.
let's go.
That was
I think he's getting a little too cute too, right? I think he's thinking like, oh, they're probably Ben Johnson probably got something creative come up. He goes, I'm just gonna run something we ran before and it worked already, so we did it. He ran that play that Caleb threw the pick on, and
the exact same play.
I'm not gonna put all on Ben Johnson because Caleb should have thrown it earlier. He knows
Yep.
it. He said it. I don't think DJ Moore that throw would have been to DJ Moore was the right read because of when Caleb threw the ball, Moore like was still right behind the two defenders. He would have to hold it just like another like half second, maybe a second longer to get it to DJ Moore. But because of when he threw it, DJ Moore was not a good option to throw to at that time when he threw it. But he's got to throw it faster as soon as because he had him beat, and he gave him enough time for Nixon to get back. He also I don't think he could have ran for the first down. Maybe he could have. I mean, I needed a better angle from Caleb's like POV, but you're not gonna get that.
Yeah.
What else? I think Jalen Johnson's still hurt because I feel like, man, this is not like him giving up that big like that play where Bo Melton, I think his name is, caught the touchdown.
Yeah,
it's not Brisker's responsibility. It looked like a cover two. Brisker's responsibility was his half of the field, and he came all the way across. I think it was Jalen Johnson supposed to get back. I think he's still playing hurt because he's also avoiding contact. It looks like.
Yeah,
so I'm not
and
sure.
he's on a snap count too. So.
Kyler Gordon, how the hell do you hurt yourself in the pregame warm-ups before you and like you get suited up and you get ruled out? Come on, dude. You got the extension this year, and he's not seen the field. Like 2 games, maybe.
I think he's played a total. I think I saw the number somewhere. It's like 115 snaps this entire.
And it's like I think we have like a very high win rate when he's on the field versus when he's not.
Yes.
Like it's like, come on, you gotta be available. I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah.
What else? I mean, at this point, it's like, is it ever gonna happen? We got to get DJ Moore the ball. We got to get him the ball. I like that Luther was involved in Loveland, but we got to get DJ Moore the ball, man.
Yeah, I mean, you're paying.
You were without Rome. Like, why are we not scheming plays up for him?
Yeah.
And the one play we did, it was like a little jet pass forward, and he got blown up for -4 yards. And another one was a screen pass that he got blasted. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
I mean, we got to get him the ball, man. What else do I have? The bright side, though. Bright side. We had a good comeback. We were in the game to the very end. We made the good adjustments. I think we should have ran that ball on 4th and 1, but it's neither here or there. I know he did get stopped the play before it to get the first down. But score. I think that even if you ran it on 4th and 1 and didn't get it, no one would be upset. I mean, you have like arguably one of the best running games and best run blocking O-lines. I think no one would be upset at that. And you still had 2 timeouts too, Yeah, I mean, Caleb's got to make that throw. Can't start that slow. Teams just got to pick it up because it's still a hard stretch here. Like where we dropped to the 7th seed. I think Detroit has 7 or 8 wins now. They're 1 game behind.
Detroit is. I think they have 8. Yeah, I think they're 8.
1 game behind. We're still we have the same amount of wins as the Packers, but they beat us, so they have the edge. But I mean, if we beat the Browns and they lose to the Broncos, we're back up. We're back up to the top, and I think at 2 or 2 or 1 again. I'm not sure, or 2 actually. Sorry, or unless Rams lose, but I doubt it. We're back to 2 or 1 for the NFC. But yeah, it's just got to be better and play meaningful football because you got Browns, Packers again, Niners, Lions. So all these games mean. And there's still a possibility. It's crazy to say that you can go 11 wins and still not make the playoffs.
Yeah, and you know what? This Browns game is going to be huge because first off, they have a good defense.
Yeah,
and
you got a game plan for Myles Garrett.
And second, Shedeur Sanders has been balling. He's been balling.
He's been doing okay. His best game was against the Titans.
Yeah, but I mean, look at some of the stats that other quarterbacks have put up against the Titans too, and you'd be surprised. No one has put up 300 yards.
No one's put up 300 yards, but like,
so I mean,
we'll see. I'm not going to knock him. Like he did have a great game. He's been playing better than a 5th round pick. Yeah,
that's for sure. So
we'll see. We'll see.
It will be interesting.
If Stefanski can get out of his ass, maybe they win that game.
Yeah,
I don't know why he wasn't on the field for that 2-point conversion. He threw 400 yards, 4 touchdowns that game, right? And 4 touchdowns.
Yeah. So, but I digress. Anyway, George, it's time for the 2-minute warning, and we've got some good ones. We've got some really good ones this week. So first and foremost, George, the first question I got for you: with Daniel Jones out for the year, can the Colts still make a playoff push?
No.
Your time starts now.
No, I mean, You have to go. You just signed a 40-year-old Philip Rivers doesn't play the game in 5 years. You have Jacksonville who's already ahead of you, and you have Houston that's one game behind you on the up because I mean they're just balling right now. Their defense is playing lights out. So I don't think there's any chance for them making the playoffs at all this year.
Yeah. It it's unfortunate, man, especially with the way Houston's been playing because obviously the Colts got off to such a good start, but it's it's just it's not going to be able to. They're not going to be able to do it. I mean, Jackson was playing really well. They have a solid defense too, and obviously the Houston Texans are right there, man. So it sucks. I really enjoyed watching them like perform really well, and just add some more competitiveness into the AFC, but it's not looking good. That's for sure.
No.
The next one, after this injury, does the Sauce Gardner trade look like a bad move by the Colts because of the fact that they gave up 2 first-round picks?
I'm not gonna fully say yes because you can still try again next year. I mean, if you keep Daniel Jones, whatever. But for this year, it is kind of looking bad because not only did he get hurt and you have no first round picks this year, Daniel Jones also got hurt. So your chances for playoffs are really shot right now.
Yeah.
And it's just not looking good. So it looks like you gave up 2 first round picks to miss the playoffs this year because you went all in for this year.
Yeah.
You went all in for this year, and it looks like you can't even, you won't make the playoffs now this year. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was a bad trade because I don't think Sauce is worth 2 first round picks.
Yeah.
So you know what? Yeah. So I think it was a bad move because of what they gave up for the player. I don't think he's worth the same amount of picks as Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I think it was a bad move.
Yeah. I mean, I think it definitely does look like a bad move. Sauce is hurt. Obviously, Daniel Jones gets hurt going all in for this year. And then obviously there's no guarantee that you bring back Daniel Jones. He played really, really well this year, and he's a free agent at the end of the season. I'm sure he's going to have some teams that are going to try to get him.
Yeah, he's gonna ask for some big money, and he just came off an Achilles injury, so it's like,
yeah. Yeah. So I mean, obviously, you've got some QB needy teams that are going to potentially throw him the bag too. Like obviously, the Colts are going to be one of the teams that try to bring him back, but you've got teams like the Jets that potentially need a quarterback if they don't draft someone. The Raiders could be a team.
I think they'll draft someone.
I think they'll draft someone too.
What do they have? Like 2 right now? Maybe they will get someone like Mendoza or something.
Yeah. And then obviously, but it's never a guarantee, so because also too there's some organizations that don't like to put a rookie quarterback in right away and let him kind of develop a little bit. So you never know. You got the Raiders, obviously, Arizona could be a team that needs a quarterback, obviously, because it looks like Kyler's not going to be their guy next year, that's for sure. But yeah, so I mean, there's no guarantee that Daniel Jones comes back to this Colts team. So giving up 2 first-round picks, especially this year and next year, where you've got some pretty decent quarterback prospects, it's not looking like a good deal, that's for sure. So
what do you think about Kyler to Pittsburgh?
I could see it. I could see it. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I think more likely he probably ends up maybe somewhere like Vegas, to be honest. But also Vegas is probably going to end up with like a top 4 pick, and Mendoza is a guy that I think is probably going to end up there. But you never know. I mean,
Arch is going to go somewhere. Is he in this draft class, Arch?
I think he's coming out next year.
Next year.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, a lot of movement, but we're definitely going to follow that this offseason. That's going to be fun to see. But now the next question I've got for you: has the Chiefs dynasty come to an end?
No, I don't think it's fair to say that their dynasty is coming to an end off of one bad season. Because of how successful they've been. Maybe they come back next year and they pick it up again, like where, they're one of the most dominant teams in the league. But I mean, it's unfortunate how their season happened to them. And I know a lot of people are happy to see the Chiefs downfall and stuff like that, but I don't want to say the dynasty is over or it's coming to an end based off of one season, So I'm going to say no for now.
The reason I bring up this question, though, is because if you kind of look back to last year, they weren't really a dominant team last year either. They won a lot of games.
No, but they were 15-2 and went to the Super Bowl, though.
Yeah.
So they weren't. So think about it. They didn't look good. They weren't as dominant, and they still went 15-2 and went to the Super Bowl. Because you don't want to see Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, and it's the realistic truth.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, though, I don't think it's come to an end. I think obviously it's coming to a pause. But at the end of the day, this year they just don't look like a really good team. And I think some of the signings that they made this offseason, like a Karlaftis deal, like that has come. He's not had a great season, so that's kind of coming back to bite them. And then obviously missing Rashee Rice for like the first 6 weeks of this season hurt them a lot because they started off the season so slow. I mean, you think about it, if they are able to flip things around in that early part of the season and get a couple extra wins, this is a different conversation we're having. We're probably not even having this conversation about the Chiefs missing the playoffs potentially or their dynasty being over with, right? So, unfortunate. I mean, I am a little happy seeing the Chiefs struggle this year, just because I feel like you kind of get tired of seeing the same team over and over and over again. But yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, Mahomes is an incredible quarterback. So they'll be back next year, maybe with some changes offensively, defensively. But I think they'll be back next year and competing for the AFC West again. That's for sure. So yeah. All right. Now the next question I've got: are the Eagles a team especially after yesterday's performance? Right, Jalen Hurts with 5 turnovers. Right, 5 total turnovers, 4 picks, a fumble and a pick on the same play is crazy, by the way.
I've never seen it.
I've
You know, a
never
lot of
seen
people
that.
lost their fantasy weeks because of that, and they
Yeah,
missed the playoffs.
yeah,
Oh man, that's a
yeah,
minus 4 point play right there for
yeah,
fantasy.
yeah. It's insane, but yeah, man. Are the Eagles a team that you should worry about come playoff time?
I don't know. I think not, but it all depends on where they're seated and who they have to play, right? So if they have to play someone like Tampa, I do think like they could beat Tampa and you'd have to worry about them. But if they play someone like Green Bay or I don't know, maybe Seattle,
Yeah,
even the Lions if they come back, or the Bears again. You know, if the Bears make it or the Lions make it or San Fran, no. I think the only team that I feel comfortable with them beating is probably Tampa or Carolina if they one of those two make it.
yeah,
Um, but no, I don't think that they scare anybody.
yeah,
I don't think so because of
yeah.
what they've been producing like over the last like the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, a
Like it's just
three-game
not
losing
been
streak
there.
too. Yeah,
No,
it's
I
crazy.
don't, I don't, and it's crazy to see because of all the talent on that field.
Yeah,
All of the talent, Super Bowl MVP for Hurts, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Barkley. On the defense, Quinyon Mitchell, who's been, people are afraid to throw towards his side because how good he is. Jordan Davis, who's been outstanding this year. Jalen Carter, Zach Bond, like what's his name, Kobe Dean.
yeah.
But like
I mean,
it's they're not producing anything on the
yeah,
field.
a lot
The
of big
defense, the
names, but
defense, the
no.
defense has definitely been playing really well, but they can only play well for so long before other teams start putting up points, and the
Yeah,
offense isn't.
yeah. I mean, it's really tough to rely on your defense so much that it just kind of your offense can't do anything to back it up. So,
Mm-hmm.
tough situation over there in Philly, but yeah, I mean, I would have to agree. I just don't think that team really scares me, and it doesn't really scare many teams at this point. I mean, you asked me. I mean, how many who I take over the Eagles in a matchup right now come playoff time? Like you said, the Bears possibly if they make it, the Lions possibly if they make it. I'll take the Packers right now, especially the way
Yeah, and
Jordan Love is
I know the
playing.
Eagles beat the Lions and the Packers already this season, but I
Yeah,
feel like in a rematch, like
yeah,
the way
like
they're playing now, it's like no, they could definitely beat them.
yeah,
Seattle will beat them. The Rams would beat them.
yeah.
If they happen to make it past the
And,
first round and
and,
get to see the
and
Rams in the second
and
round.
I'll be honest with you, a team like the Bucks
And it's
or
funny
the
because the Eagles
Panthers.
beat the Rams too.
Yeah, and a team like the Bucks or the Panthers, those are teams I know you said you might be a little worried, but think about it. The Panthers have beaten some really good teams this year
Beat the
too.
Rams, they
Like
beat the
they
Packers
beat
and the
the
Rams.
Rams, the Packers, so I mean, it's I don't know what happened, but it's a complete 180 from last year. They were one of the most dominant teams that we've seen in the last couple of years with their defense and that the way their offense was flowing last year, and it's a complete 180 this year.
Yeah.
So very, very shocking. But next up, speaking of the Panthers, are they going to win the NFC South, bro?
Oh
Because I
yeah,
mean,
I think they are.
like this is
I
crazy.
actually have them in a futures bet to win the NFC South.
Really?
Yeah. Um, I don't know if I said this earlier in the podcast or not, but I kind of had them as like one of a sleeper team for this year. But I don't know if I mentioned it on the pod. Um, no, I think they will. I think they got to take care of business with the Saints first because they lost to the Saints at home earlier in the year. They got to take care of the Saints this week, and then they got the Bucks twice later on. I think they finish with Seattle.
Let me see. I'll tell you right now.
Me just stat check that before I say it. Oh, they don't finish with Seattle. They finish with the Bucks, but it goes Saints, Bucks, Seattle, and then Bucks.
Oof.
So I
Yeah.
definitely see them winning at least 2 of their next 3 games. And then for Tampa, Tampa's got Atlanta this week, which I have them losing. They have Atlanta, then Carolina, then the Dolphins, and then Carolina. So I think the only team they can, I think they only also can only win 2 games too, and it comes down to that split. I think they beat
Yeah.
Miami, maybe, maybe.
Yeah.
I think Baker's hurt. I think that's the
Yeah.
problem. I think
I
he's
think
still
he's
playing injured
very
from
hurt.
the injury from the Rams. I think he's very hurt, and that's what's happening.
Yeah.
But I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, Panthers got to jump on that opportunity. I think they
Yeah.
will. I think they will. I
Yeah.
like their defense. Bryce Young's been
Yeah.
playing well. Rico Dowdle's killing it. Him and Chuba Hubbard, a nice 2-1-2 punch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna be fun.
I have the Panthers winning the South.
Yeah. Those last few weeks is gonna be fun to watch in the NFC South. That's for sure. So,
Yeah,
um,
I definitely think that, and this is gonna sound crazy, but I think one of those Panthers Bucks games should be like a 3:30 game.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it.
I
I
think
think
they might get flexed. Who knows? Especially if it's that season.
no. Is one of them a 3:30 game? Let's see.
Especially if that week 18 one is like for the division.
Oh
I
yeah.
think it would.
The first one is a 12 o'clock game, but the last one
Yeah.
is a to be determined. So
Yeah. So
it might
that
be
could
flexed.
be that could be a flex game for sure. That'll be
Yeah.
fun. Now next up, did the Bears after that performance against the Packers, did they show you that that they can be contenders for a Super Bowl?
No, not yet. I don't think they're there yet. Now, I do think they can make the playoffs. I do think they can win a playoff game. But for Super Bowl, I don't think so. Because in order for that to happen, the defense can play well. I think the defense played a little like they played better than expected against the Packers, even though they gave a lot of
Okay.
explosive plays. But I think it all comes down to offense and
Mhm.
can we be consistent 4 quarters for 3 straight games, for 3 straight playoff games, you know? Um, I think they can win a playoff game if they win 2, like hallelujah, you know, but to go to the
Yeah.
Super Bowl this year in year 1 of this
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
Ben Johnson Caleb thing, I don't see it happening. Because if they had won this game, I would have said, yeah, they could be contenders for a Super Bowl. Now, this game also proved to me that the Bears can compete with any team in the NFL.
100%.
They
I
can
think
compete
that's
because
one
a lot of people
that's
have
the one
Green
thing
Bay
you
as
heard.
Super Bowl favorites, and it came down to the wire. Last 20 seconds, last play of the game, 4th and 1, ended up being a pick. It didn't go our way. But I mean, you can't be upset as a Bears fan because we are ahead of schedule than what we thought we would
100%.
be. We said we would be happy with 7 wins this year, but to see progress, and we're already at 9 wins this year, and
Yeah.
we've seen some
So
progress. You know,
yeah.
I don't think they're ready for Super Bowl contender yet.
Yeah.
We'll see though. We'll see. I mean, it could change in the next couple of weeks. If they beat Green Bay, then beat 49ers and beat the Lions, you know, if they
That's it.
somehow win out the rest of the schedule, yeah, you gotta say like, hey, they could be contenders. Like, look what just happened. You know, everyone
Yeah.
said like this
So
is the hardest part of the schedule. They probably got the hardest one coming up. Like people don't have them winning out, and they went out. It's like you got to think about it then. But as of right
yeah.
now,
So
I don't think Super Bowl contender.
yeah, no, I don't think Super Bowl contender, but I would agree with you and say that I do think that at the very minimum they show that they can compete with the good teams in this league.
Yeah,
Green Bay has one of the best defenses in football, and obviously with Jordan Love playing the way he is, it's and the fact that they were in this game, especially after having such a slow start in the first half. Um,
Mhm.
the big thing for me is like you said, the consistency. That's the biggest problem right now that I'm seeing with the Bears and Caleb in the offense. It's the defense. We kind of knew early on that the defense was going to struggle, right? Especially when all season long it feels like you've been injured. No Jalen Johnson for such a large part of the season. No Kyler Gordon. No Tremaine Edmonds now. No TJ Edwards. Like missing so many key pieces all season long. And now like you finally start to get healthy, and then a guy like Kyler Gordon gets hurt again, right? And then Tremaine Edmonds goes on IR. Like those are things that really hurt the defensive side of the ball, and obviously
yeah.
that's kind of the reason. That's the only excuse I'm giving the defense, right?
Yeah,
But
and
on the
we need Tyreek Stevenson to come back healthy because I'm tired of
yeah,
seeing McLeod out there, bro. I am
yeah,
tired of seeing McLeod out there.
especially when Jalen Johnson is on a snap count. I cannot see McLeod out there anymore. So
I cannot.
I'd rather have CJ, Kyler, and Tyreek Stevenson in
Well,
there,
Kyler, we don't
especially.
know, but I'd rather
Yeah,
have
so,
if Kyler's out, I'd rather have
or
CJ Wright
Deshaun
and,
Wright.
yeah,
Yeah,
CJ Wright and Stevenson out there if
yeah,
Jalen Johnson's out for that play.
yeah.
But
So
I'm tired of seeing McLeod out there.
yeah, and then I mean on the offensive end, like I said, it's just the consistency. Like we've got to start faster. We cannot go into the half down or playing such a sluggish game, and then we have to kind of will our way back into it in the second half. We got to get the run game going from the jump. Like we did not do that against the Packers, which we did against the Eagles, which
Yeah.
I don't know why we went away from it.
And also I feel like the reason why we can't be Super Bowl contenders is because we generate no pass rush. So against
Mhm.
good quarterbacks like Jordan Love is, if he's not under pressure and he's all the time in the world, he's gonna torch you. And like he
Yeah,
did.
so
He torched us.
yeah.
So
Once he hit that
we
back
don't
foot,
and we
it's
no, and
crazy.
it's not and it's like we blitz, right? If we blitz with like 5 or 6, like we're still barely generating any pressure there. But like you gotta get home with 4 like with 4. You can't
Yeah,
always just send blitz, blitz, blitz. You're gonna get beat a lot with like
yeah,
underneath routes or like someone's gonna slip. You know, you're giving them too much time. And if you go with 4, you're still not generating pressure up and they still get killed. So because of no pass rush, that's why we also can't be contenders. Like these
yeah.
good quarterbacks in the playoffs are gonna abuse that there's no pass rush.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's year one again. They've already surpassed expectations. Anything more than what they do now
Yeah.
is incredible. I'll take it, and I'll be very happy as a Bears fan. Um, but year one in an entirely new regime, it's going to be tough. I think after this season, you can take a really deep look at the team and understand what are some very important additions that need to be made, and then you make those changes, and then year two maybe it's a different story. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I'm very proud of this Bears team for competing at the very minimum, and I know that they can compete with a lot of the good teams in this league. So that's a good sight to see, and finally we get to say that as Bears fans, right? So
Mm-hmm.
now the last question I've got for the 2-minute warning segment for you, George, is has Josh Allen re-entered the MVP conversation after his performance against the Bengals?
I guess you could say yeah. Um, because of but it wouldn't be like in the 1 or 2 spot. Like I still think
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
Matthews. I still think it's Stafford and May 1 and 2. And then you can argue either Allen at 3 or him at 4 and Love at 3. Um, but I don't think like he is like a lock to win or like he's favored to win anymore. But he could definitely be like in the top 4 if he strings like if he dominates New England and Drake May struggles bad against
yeah,
this week against the Bills. There might be some conversations or something like that. You know, maybe Drake May comes down and then maybe Allen moves up.
yeah.
And also depending on how Love plays this week against Denver too, but I still think Stafford is the clear lock. I would have it right now ranked for my top 4 or my top 5 candidates in order. It'd be Stafford 1, May 2, Love 3, Allen 4, Dak 5.
Yeah. I mean, I would say I think I would maybe have Dak at 4, or yeah, Dak at 4, Love at you know what? No, I think I'd have Allen at 3, Dak at 4, and Love at 5. I think Love has been really, really good, but I think this entire season, especially with all of the, the numbers that Dak has put up, especially with missing CD for a bunch of time too, I think it's hard to ignore that. But I think overall, I mean, we're on the same page. We got the same 5 guys, a couple different slots, where they're at. The reason I have Allen at 3 is just because of the fact that they're 9-4 right now, and it feels like all of the wins that they've had.
Actually, if you look at FanDuel, and I swear to God, I on the Bible, I didn't look at FanDuel before naming all this. It has it in the exact order that I said. It's Stafford 1, May 2, Love 3, Allen 4, Dak at 5, and then
Okay.
Bo Nix right there at 6.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I like I said, I don't disagree with it. I think it's a good list. The reason I just have Allen at 3 as opposed to at 4 where you have him is because of the fact that I just think that he really has willed his team to wins because of the fact that he kind of uses legs. He's
Yeah, but
um
is this win against the
things,
Bengals that impressive? I mean, their defense is just bad, though. We've known this the whole season. Yeah, they've played better the last 2 weeks before this
yeah.
game, but it's still like the Bengals defense. Like we're
No,
not
I get
surprised
it.
that they got carved
Yeah.
up and dealt like that by Josh Allen. So it's
Yeah,
like
but
because of that
I
against
mean,
that defense, it shouldn't be
yeah.
that it shouldn't move them up to 3.
Yeah, but I mean, think about it. A couple weeks ago or two, last week when they played the Ravens, you would argue that the Ravens are probably a better team, and they got diced up. They couldn't do anything
Yeah, but
against.
they got diced. Well, that's an unfair statement because their defense in the first half was pretty good. They were holding them to a lot of field goals. It's just their offense couldn't produce. Lamar couldn't do anything. Eventually, your defense is
But
going to give up. Like they
but
can't hold them for
again,
that long.
that defense, the same defense that you just criticized for the Bills to perform against, stopped Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason why I just think Josh is very impactful in their wins.
Yeah, but Lamar is also playing
But
hurt. If
yeah,
anything,
so
if he should have won that game, if Harbaugh just kept running the ball with Henry,
yeah, too. Yeah. Well,
you
hey,
know, like
hey,
it's
we're
it's
just
all it's all
yeah,
ifs and buts, you know.
yeah. Hey, we're
Yeah,
just two guys that talk on a podcast. So hey,
yeah.
what are you gonna do? But all right, George. That is our 2 minute warning segment. Now time to chill out a little bit. We've got fantasy football talk, and George, I've got to say, I tip my cap to you.
Pull up the scores.
I
Show
I'm
them how
not
I
doing
did
it.
you.
I'll say the
Show them
score.
how I did you.
I'll say the score. That's about it. I'm not.
Show them how
I'm
I
not.
did you. Hold on. Do
All
I have
right.
it here? Nah,
All right, I got it right
I
here.
don't have
Don't
it
worry.
here. I
The
don't have
week.
I don't have a belt anywhere around me right now.
All right, all right. So we played in week 14.
Show them.
I
Show them.
needed the win. Hold on. Let me say. Let me give some context. Damn it.
I should light
We
the
played in
cigar for that.
week 14. I needed a win to get into the playoffs. And George kind of was already secured as he was either going to be the 1 or the 2 seed. And he beat me, and he officially took over as a 1 seed, so he's going to get a bye in our league. And he beat me 176 to 140. Yeah, so it was just he had Stafford and Puka that combined for 80 points. T. Higgins had another 26. Gibbs had another 36. Achan played only like half the game and had 18. Yeah, I mean, I got smoked in that one. But I mean, again, I didn't have a good game from Pickens. I had no production from my flex, my tight end. I mean, it was rough. It just sucks because, again, I
To be
look at it.
fair, the only thing I will say in his credit, I don't think it would have made a difference though, because I'm just
I
so
didn't have
bad.
CMC.
He didn't
I
have
didn't have.
CMC this week.
I did not have CMC
Wouldn't
this
have
week.
mattered. Who's your
I
quarterback?
don't. Dak. Yeah. So I had
Would have worked in your favor, but
yeah.
rules. And what about the
Yeah.
other
So
league?
the other league. Okay, but you're talking about the league that I knew I was out
What
for.
about
Like
the other league?
that one, he beat me 120 to 10, 120 to 106. But also, let's also provide context there.
Go
I got
ahead.
a whopping 2 points from Daniel Jones because he was injured.
Oh, okay.
But he did not start a defense or a second wide receiver. But to be fair, regardless, if you would have started. Okay, if you would have started any of your other receivers that you had, you'd have gotten 5 points, so another 20 points. So it would have been like 140. And let's just say if Daniel Jones hits his projection, it's a lot closer than what we
Daniel
think. But
Jones hit his project because he's hit his projection the last 2 weeks, right?
yeah, he has
What did he do last week
27, and the week before 30.
against the Chiefs? He had 30.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
how this league is scored, but anyways,
2 touchdowns.
because I belted you in 2
Yeah,
weeks again, and I knocked you out of the playoffs, you got to do something for me right now,
what's
live on
that?
air. Live
What?
on air.
What?
You got to say I'm more superior than you in fantasy. It's only
Whatever.
right. It's only right. You
I mean,
went 0-4 against me this year. You got to say it.
I'll give you the. I'll remix it.
No,
This
say
year,
I am more
this
superior than you when it comes to fantasy. I
this
also did it
year.
to you last year.
Last year, you beat me once. Last year in
And
each
what
league,
happened when I beat you?
I didn't play you in the playoffs last year though.
But
I
who
did
won?
not play you in the playoffs. Yeah, you won, but you didn't play me.
I didn't have to play you.
Yeah,
Just
you
that
got
good.
lucky.
But go ahead. Say
Look,
I'm more superior than you in fantasy.
George, I will give you this. This year, you put belt to ass on me 4 different times. So I will give you that. This year, you were significantly more superior than me in fantasy football. I'll give you that.
And that's
And
getting
speaking
clipped
of
and putting on TikTok.
Yeah. Anyway, also speaking of fantasy football,
Chat, clip it.
I am a man of my word. So I've got it, it's a few weeks late, so I apologize. But Kyle Tintera, my boy from Bradley, he's a couple years older than me, or a year older than me. But we had some great times over at Bradley together. One of my fraternity brothers we are in a league together, and he did beat me in week 10, so I got to give him his props as well. Shout out to you, Tintera, for taking the dub. That dub, as a matter of fact, was also a key contributor to me not making the playoffs this year. So yeah, shout out to you and all the boys in that league.
Quick
What's
question
up?
for you. What is Aaron Rodgers' most famous catchphrase to the Bears?
Okay, don't be disrespectful though. Yeah, whatever. Anyway.
See you next year, buddy.
Yeah,
Make sure you send league dues.
Yeah.
You're gonna need it.
Anyway, but speaking of fantasy though, and that league specifically that I just shouted my boy out in, let me tell you how I lost.
Here we go, chat. Another
Let me
10
tell
minutes
you.
rambling.
No. It's a quick one. So I had, I got screwed over in this sense. No, so sleeper in this league, it's sleeper. So it was 319. I was heavily debating whether I start Lad McConkey or Michael Wilson. I said no Marvin Harrison. Herbert's hurt. I'm going to start Michael Wilson. I put Michael Wilson into my flex spot where Lad McConkey was. I clicked save on my lineup. It said Michael Wilson, Lad McConkey on my bench. As I'm watching the game, Michael Wilson gets a touchdown, right? I look. Usually on Sleeper, you get a notification. It's not like Yahoo where it'll kind of like show you the score. You have to kind of get a notification that a player scored. So I was looking for it. Didn't get one, went to go check. I realized that app did not save the change. It showed me it did, but it didn't save the change. So because of that, I got screwed out of a win because I lost by 50 or by like 20 points. I got screwed out of the win. But at the very minimum,
how much did Michael Wilson put up?
37.
Didn't they get belted? Didn't he get belted? How did he get 37?
He had like 18 catches or 15 catches or something. Some crazy, bro. He put up crazy numbers and a touchdown. Yeah.
So he real quick.
That's also full PPR. So he put up 37 points.
No. I want to see
his stat line.
Yeah, hold on. I got it right here.
Oh, don't worry. I'll tell you.
11 for 140 and 2 tuds.
Sorry, he had what? 16 targets. That's what I meant. Yeah, 16 targets, 11 catches, 142 yards, and 2 tutties. So yeah, he put up 37 on my bench. So I got screwed on that. Absolutely screwed on that. So on the other side, all I needed to do was not lose by 36 points. So I didn't lose by 36 points, but the guy who got in over me, he had Omarion Hampton, he had Philly defense. He knocked me out of the playoffs by 0.5 points. 0.5 points.
And I know you're watching that game like, yeah, all these damn turnovers and shit.
Bro, I was pissed because I was like, man, all these turnovers. Jalen hurt because it was like I said, he had Eagles defense. So I'm thinking, okay, can we do something? But then guess what? Overtime. Omarion Hampton didn't play from like the 2 or 3 minute mark in the third quarter through the entire fourth. They get the ball in overtime. Guess who has the rush? Not Vidal. It's Omarion Hampton for like 18 yards. So that screwed me. Doesn't play. The game goes into OT, and then I, of course, get shafted. But yeah, so that's how I lost that one.
What's my catchphrase in best and worst for fantasy?
Do better, yeah.
Hey. Do better.
But next year. Shout out Sleeper for not saving my change. I really appreciate that app very much.
Honestly, if you had taken a screenshot that you saved and sent it to your commissioner, you could have appealed it.
Well, I couldn't send a screenshot because of the fact that it didn't show on my side at that point. It showed at 3. Again, I remember the time. It was 3:19. The game started at 3:25. It was 6 minutes live. I was seriously debating it because I wanted to pick up Jacoby Brissett because I was unsure again about Herbert. It was 3:19. And then I looked and I was like, damn, someone picked up Brissett. The only other person I was potentially thinking about was Trevor Lawrence. And I was like, I don't know that again, like what he'll do against the defense, right? Maybe it's the other guys like Etienne Day. Either one would have been better. But yeah, I got finessed. So shout out Sleeper. But I did make the playoffs in one league. So I'm 1 for 4 this year. I'll take it. That's fine, I guess. Gonna cry myself to sleep tonight. But anyway, that's me. How are your leagues looking right now? I know you got to buy in my league, and I think in the other league we're in.
No,
you got to buy though.
No, I think I got the 3rd seed in that one. or the
Okay.
4th seed. But I am in the playoffs in 4 out of the 6 leagues.
There you go.
One of the leagues, I don't care. It's a free league.
Okay.
It's just a free league with friends, just because they wanted to do it. So I didn't really care about that. But the big league, the $500 buy-in one, we secured playoffs there, and it was a much needed win because we were in 3rd place either way. We had already clinched, but um, we had beaten the guy in 1st place this week without McCaffrey. So
Ooh,
that was needed. Yeah, we had a
big
big
one.
day from T Higgins. Thank God Lamb and Pickens didn't do well for him.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on, let me pull it up right now.
Yeah. Pickens had a
Sorry,
bad day,
folks.
and then Lamb got hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, so he had Bo Nix as his quarterback. Jonathan Taylor didn't have a good game, so he survived the Jonathan Taylor week. Pickens had 8. Olave had 6. This is a 3 wide receiver, so 18 for Lamb, 8 for Pickens, 6 for Olave, 14 for Bowers, 6 for Josh Downs. His defense got 7. His kicker got 4. And honestly, I can't believe we won because my team really didn't do that well. I had McCaffrey on bye. I started Goff over Williams, which was like a 1 point difference, 21-20. Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet combined for like 12 points. T. Higgins had 27, which was fire. Flowers had 20, which was fire. Quinn Johnson had 2. Loveland had 13, which was good. That touchdown actually helped. McLaurin had 7. Our Texas defense had 13. I'm surprised they only had 13 points with 3 interceptions and 10 points allowed. I have to see how the scoring is because I think
Yeah.
I don't know. And then my kicker got 6. So all in all, we win. We are currently, we are in 3rd place right now. We're tied for 2nd technically because 3 people have the same record, but it's all off the points. And then your league, I'm in 1st, obviously. My cousin league with cousins friends, I'm in 3rd, and then in our boys' dad's league 3rd. So yeah, looking good,
All right.
pretty good.
All right, George. Well, good luck to you, my
Looking to
friend.
go back to back.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, good luck to you. I'll give you that. Shout out to you for killing it. 4 out of 6 leagues. That's big, man. So shout
Let
out
me
to you.
find out your hate watching. Let me
No,
find
hey,
out your
no,
hate watching.
no, deadass. Shout out to you. I applaud you for that.
Appreciate it.
I do wish that I could have got one win against you, especially in my own league. That would have been nice. Because it's I
And
think it's
honestly,
absolutely I think it's
shout out to
absolutely criminal
good.
that I put up the second highest amount of points in that league. By the way, you I think scored a total of like 80 or 90 points higher than me in that entire throughout that entire season. Yet if you go back and look at all the teams I lost
You're
to
talking about your
in
your
my
league.
league, I was the second highest scoring team, like 80 or 90 points behind you. But if you go look at my points for, I think I'm 1st or 2nd because every time I lost, teams had their highest scoring week against me. Actually
You
insane.
you gave up the most amount of points. Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
told
you
you I
know
was
what?
1st.
Shout out to our boy Harold. Our boy Harold, who came in last place, upsetted the 1st place person, which put
And
me in
allowed you.
1st.
Yeah, there
So
you go.
might have to give my boy something nice for Christmas for that. But there should be a punishment for Harold.
We got to figure that out.
No,
We
we
got to
have it.
figure it out.
Remember?
No, that's a
Yeah, we're
stupid
doing it.
one.
Anyways, next segment. Come on, we're on
Yeah,
an hour
yeah.
20 now.
All right, so guys, obviously with the fantasy football season coming to
I'm
the
actually gonna put
regular
it in the
season,
group chat right now.
the
Go
regular
ahead.
season coming to an end, we've got a couple waiver wire targets that I think are going to be a really solid addition for you as you go through the playoffs. I've got 3 quick ones. We're not doing panic levels this week because obviously, if you're still panicking at this point, probably shouldn't start them. But anyway, we're going to move to the waiver wire targets for week 15, the start of playoffs. The first one I've got is Chris Godwin. Emeka Egbuka. Nope. Yeah, I like Godwin a little bit more right now. Burden, obviously, we see that the Bears are not using DJ Moore, and Rome is hurt. We don't know if Rome's going to play this week. We haven't heard anything yet. And because of what has been rumored to be his injury, could be something that's a little bit more long term. So for that reason, if Burden is out there on your waivers, he's a guy I like. And then lastly, Blake Corum. The Rams are what 10-4, 10-3, right?
Yeah.
10-3, I believe. So They are 10-3, and I'm sure that they want to keep Kyron fresh for the playoffs. So they are going to start using Blake Corum a lot more. We saw he had a great game this past week, and honestly, he's a guy that he can genuinely maybe be a real flex option for you guys, in the next few weeks. So those are three guys that I really do like to help you in your playoff push as you go try to win a championship, doing something that I cannot do in 75% of my leagues. So those are the waiver wire targets for week 15. We are not going to be doing a podcast parlay for you guys this week because of the fact that this is just not the best game to do it on. So maybe we'll be back next week, but because you guys know we're not going to force it. But ladies and gentlemen, that was episode 85 of the Figures of Sport podcast. Thank you all so much for spending an hour and 25 minutes with us. We really appreciate your time. It means the absolute world to us that you guys even spend time clicking that link, following us on any social media pages, and supporting George and I as we try to get this podcast to the next level. So thank you guys so much. But I can't end this episode without saying, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Share this video with your friends, your family, your coworkers, anybody that needs to be just knowing of what the hell we be talking about. If you want to just hear two guys rambling and yapping about stuff that we think we know, we're your guys. So do us that huge favor, like this video, subscribe to the channel, share it, and don't forget to also follow us on Instagram, on TikTok, because if you don't have enough time to fully watch an hour plus long episode, we got you covered with all the best moments on our clips that we post Wednesday through Monday as we get through this NFL week. So thank you all so much for coming back to another episode of the Figures of Sport podcast, episode 85. We appreciate you guys, and we will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
Peace.